Hey guys, Anna here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another speed build. Today we are in the world of Brychester and we are doing our first pack restricted build for the expansion pack Discover University. Now, today's build is an interesting one. I did lose a little bit of footage, so I do apologize if partway through the video the build changes quite significantly. I really wasn't sure what I wanted to do. I did want to base this particular build off some of the surrounding buildings around this build in this world, and a lot of what we saw were townhouses. So the world of Brychester is, I think it's a European-esque style world, and there are a lot of like townhouses, and I thought that that would be a good idea to build today. This ends up being, I believe it's a 2x1 townhouse, and it's also got like a little bit of a garage which has some kind of, I would say, like like a student hangout. So this particular exterior is coming along quite quickly, but we do change a lot of this. We do keep that kind of townhouse style, but the section off to the left is removed. The build is all moved to the right hand side of the build, and yeah, it's quite significantly a change, but bear with me, you'll see that quite shortly. All right, so a little bit more on this build. So this is on the lot where I think it's like the vacant lot with the starter home on it. And Discover University definitely has two styles. You have one type of old-fashioned architecture which pairs very well with base game and that kind of antique Victorian style, and that very, like, for example, the lounge that we've just used here very much indicates that style. This is the style that we've used throughout this particular build. Thursday's build, I do use a little bit more of that modern-esque style. It's almost like you've got kind of similar to like IKEA type furniture, and then which is kind of more of that like minimal Scandinavian type vibe, and then you've got this very kind of old-fashioned traditional cut type assets. So we use a combination of both, but we definitely use more of the older style that fits fairly well with base game. I believe, yeah, so standout items for Discover University. I think as a whole, I really enjoy this pack. I think the standouts are the windows and the doors for sure, and I really love like the fences and the balustrades and all of that type of stuff. I really like that type of architecture. I think it pairs well with a lot of the recent pack, like Life and Death and Discover University would go really well together. I feel like they have a very similar vibe in terms of the architecture. But then you've also got another side of it, which is that fun, quirky kind of IKEA-esque furniture, which would go really well with the new kit that we got, the Kitchen Kish kit, I believe that's what it's called, and just some of that type of furniture. All right, so now we're cooking with gas. So this is the exterior of the build that stays, and as you can see, it is quite different to what we started the video with, and I do apologize for the jump. So let's kind of go over that exterior. So as I said, it's a townhouse, and it's got like a slight little bump out with a side porch, and then that leads out to like a courtyard, and then we have this little improv small faux garage that I put in with some landscaping. You can kind of see up here where you've got the upstairs. So you've got that big section at the front. So that's our master bedroom. And then you've got a bathroom that separates the two bedrooms. And then the other room is a smaller room for a teen. So you could essentially have two teenagers here. You could have a couple and a teen. You really could. So teens actually can live on their own in The Sims. So you could kind of do what you want with this build in terms of who lives in this build. And this build is available on the Sims 4 gallery now. My idea is Antoinette44. The details are in the description below if you are interested. And with that, also, if you've enjoyed this content, this pack restricted build series, we've gone through it for quite a few months now since Life and Death came out on Halloween. So it's been a couple of months. Please consider subscribing. It helps me immensely, and I really love building a sense of community, and I just want to have fun with you guys in the comment section, and I want to build what you guys want to see. So please let me know down below what you would like to see, what you want to see more of. Have you enjoyed this pack restricted build series? All right, back to the build. We are just finalizing the exterior of the build, so we're adding some foundations. The wallpaper, that stone kind of wallpaper, is from the pack. I love that stuff. And then we've got some paneling at the top section, which is base game. Gone in with some columns, and I'm just trying to put in the what is it? The carport? Yeah, the garage. Sorry. The word escaped me. Yes, so it's only small, but it is big enough for us to put in some teen items. So Discover University did come with a lot of, like, obviously architecture, but it came in with a lot of like student items, because obviously you need to be able to build dorms and decorate dorms and whatnot in The Sims. And we got like ping pong tables and foosball tables and lots of kind of just fun faculty type items. And we got some like deck chairs, and this was the first pack that we got a deck chair in, and we use a lot of like camping deck chairs in Australia, and I absolutely remembered seeing that item and falling in love with it. So I think I include some of those in this build. And we are just working on the exterior and the landscaping. So I've put in a path, and as I said, you've got that courtyard, and then you've got a little patch of greenery where I just put some hedges and a tree. I don't really do much else. I put in a faux car in front of the small little garage. I don't have my favorite kind of doors and windows that I would normally put on there to create the garage type roller door effect. But what I did use is, in base game, they have the sliding panel wallpaper. They have one that has a faux column and one that is plain. So the one that has the faux column, I've used at the front of the garage to kind of imply that it's a door. I don't know. It works in my head. I think visually it looks okay for base game and whatnot. All right, so with the landscaping, I did want to add a little bit more color into the build, and I opened Debug and I found that they had these beautiful pink layloing flowers. I love them. I think they're similar to the ones that are also in high school years as well. So I just use those, and as I mentioned before, I've just used the hedges. So I just create this little kind of squared area, and I put in a tree, and that just kind of frames the back and creates that courtyard. In terms of furniture, we do put in, I believe, a chess table, a grill, and just like a little seating area. And yeah, and then obviously we will see in a minute that decorating of the inside of the garage. I've put these base game windows just to, again, give that illusion that this is a garage. So I'm really happy with that. I really think that this is definitely where this build needed to go from. If you can think back at the start of the video how it was looking, I think this is way better. Would have been nice to have the footage. There must have been a recording that I misplaced, but no, I really enjoy it. And I think that, yeah, I'd be interesting to know which European country that this is based on, this world. I know it's European, I just don't know which one. I want to say it kind of gives me like, is it like German vibes? Or like Dutch, maybe? Amsterdam. I don't know. I'm not sure. If you know, let me know in the comment section down below if you know which world that Brightchester is based off of. And yeah, I could be completely wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's European. All right, so again, we will go through the furnishings through the tour. So I do understand that the majority of the downstairs has been furnished, and we'll go through that. You can briefly see that there. So you've got like a dining table, you walk in, there's a living room, and there's the fireplace that comes with universities, and then you've got the kitchen just kind of tucked away there. It's very simple. And then you move upstairs and we will be decorating the bedrooms, I believe. I went with this base game wallpaper. I really liked this. It kind of fed into that kind of old-fashioned style that I felt that this pack had. It's kind of Victorian, but I just wanted it to be vintage. I wanted to have a vintage look to this build, and I definitely feel that the assets that we got do give that. All right, we are upstairs in the bathroom. There is only one bathroom in this home, and I've gone in with just base game furniture with the university's shower. This is not the freestanding shower. This is just the standard shower, I believe, maybe in Thursday's build. So a little bit on Thursday's build. So Thursday's build is actually our first Townies renovation. I really didn't know what I wanted to do for the second build for this pack, and I decided to renovate the Pleasant household build. So that's the home that's on Mossy Lane, and it's a 3-story townhouse, and I just feel that it is so massive for what it needs to be. So that is on that's for Thursday. So it's a really fun build, and I had a lot of time just simply like renovating a home, and I might do more of those, but I definitely want to stick with our pack restrictive builds. We've got I think we've got another, say, month and a half's worth of content for the builds. We have a lot of expansion packs. Our next week is Island Living, which is so fun. I love Sulani and the views, and I think those builds are going to be fabulous. So we are upstairs. I've gone in with an expensive bed, and I've kind of gone with that beige and yellow theme. This is a very expensive type home for a student, but again, it fit the vibe of the home. I've paired it with a lot of base game stuff. The laptop came from university. The labs, I think, came from university. The bed has come from university. Just tried to keep it, because again, I wasn't sure if I wanted this to be a standard master bedroom that would be in like most homes, or whether I wanted it to be like another student. Okay, and then this is the IKEA-esque type furniture. So as you can see, there's two very different distinct styles that this pack comes with. And I do feel like the swatches are very bright and it's very colourful, and I think that it definitely matches with the two styles of universities that we got. We got Brightchester, and then what's the other? Foxbury? I think it's Foxbury. And Foxbury is more of a modern styled university, and I think that's where this type of furniture would it'd be complementary to that. So I understand why it's there. The other thing that's really strong with the university pack is all of the little clutter items. And the rugs were actually really nice. I really loved this rug. I love how it paired with a lot of the colours that were in the room, especially the bed. And yeah, so really happy with that second bedroom. And I do believe we are heading outside now. These blinds were giving me a hard time. And we did actually get a wallpaper, which is this fun colored wallpaper. So I decided do I do an accent wall? Yeah, so I do the blue and the yellow in an accent wall, because that matches the rug and that kind of pairs in with that space. Just cluttering up the hallway. And then I remembered that we did get some curtains with university, which are really quite nice, but they didn't pair well on the shorter wall height. So I didn't end up going with those. I think I might put them in the main part of the house, like these large windows. As I said, the windows and doors in this pack were fabulous. Really love them. And I definitely put some counters in the kitchen. Some overhead counters. I've been forgetting to do that recently, where I just somehow forget and then I add it in later. But yeah, very simple kitchen, but it's nice. Just off of the living room there and the dining. I don't know. I like the floor plan of this home. I really do. I think it's simple and effective. All right, so we are now moving into that carport. And as I said, this is kind of the fun student type space. So I've got the mini fridge. I think I've put in the couch again in a different color. And yep, there are those like deck chairs that I was talking about. And then I do put in a ping pong table. And I think I may be putting in a speaker as well. So these stone benches also come with the pack. And I think I just put that in there for just, you know, trying to use every item that came with the pack and whatnot. We did get a bicycle, so I added that in there as well. And I'm trying to think of what this pack lacks. We did get these huge pendant lights, which are kind of modern. I'm not a huge fan of them. And the other thing that I would love to see more of was plants. The only plant that we got was kind of like a succulent plant, and it doesn't really suit. And I find that I think it's great for dorms, and I think that's the purpose of it. But I think if you're building like a home like this, I didn't have a plant that kind of fit the aesthetic. So yeah. All right, we are live in game and we are going through the home for the tour. So we are starting in the back. So there is that kind of carport that's kind of like a student hangout. You've got like a seating area, the grill. You move inside, you've got a really lovely living room, and then your dining, and then your kitchen. I love this downstairs. I think it's beautiful. We move upstairs. You go into the master bedroom, and then into the bathroom, the one bathroom that we have in this home, and then that really fun student second bedroom. And yeah, and that's the build today, guys. Apologies for the hodgepodge kind of loss of film. But if you have stayed to the end, I thank you and I appreciate it. Let me know in the comment section down below your thoughts on today's build, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye for now.